The vast Gobi Desert stretches endlessly beneath the cool morning sky. In the remote northwestern province of Gansu, at the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center, anticipation hangs in the air like static before a storm. China is preparing for another leap toward the stars. And this time, the mission carries both the hopes of a new generation and the curiosity of science itself. Inside a packed press hall, the nation's newest crew, 3 astronauts, including the youngest in China's history, walks confidently onto the stage. The cameras flash, reporters lean forward, and the sound of applause fills the room. This is the crew of Shenzhou 21, the next mission to the Tiangong Space Station, a milestone in China's long and determined journey into space. At the center of the trio stands Commander Zhang Lu, a veteran pilot whose calm demeanor reflects both discipline and pride. To his right is Zhang Hongjiang, the mission's payload specialist, a scientist whose journey from research labs to the threshold of space encapsulates China's vision of fusing science with exploration. And beside them, slightly younger, his expression a mix of awe and determination, is Wu Fei, a 32-year-old engineer and the youngest astronaut ever chosen for a Chinese crewed mission. Wu Fei's presence alone has drawn immense national attention. Across Chinese social media, millions have followed his selection, praising him as a symbol of a new generation, confident, highly trained, and shaped entirely by the nation's own space era. The press conference begins. Commander Zhang Lu adjusts the microphone, looks out at the reporters, and begins to speak in a steady, resonant tone. In recent years, he says, I have visited schools and shared my space experiences with children passionate about aerospace and science, sharing feelings about space exploration with a sea of stars in their eyes and loyalty in their hearts. His words evoke quiet emotion in the hall. Zhang Lu continues, describing how those moments, looking into the faces of children captivated by the cosmos, remind him why this work matters. Their eyes shine with curiosity and a desire for the universe, he continues. This has made me feel time and again the importance of passing on the torch of the aerospace industry. As he speaks, the cameras pan to the young astronaut beside him, Wu Fei, listening intently. For Wu, this mission is more than a professional duty. It's a personal dream fulfilled. When it's his turn to speak, his voice carries both humility and excitement. As the youngest member of the astronaut team, he begins, I feel incredibly fortunate to be participating in my own space mission. He pauses briefly, looking across the room filled with journalists and officials, then adds, this good fortune stems from living in this remarkable era of breakthroughs in the Chinese space program. Our space station has become the brightest home among the shining stars. Wu's statement draws applause. It captures something powerful about this moment, how China's space ambitions have matured. Once seen as a newcomer in the global space race, China has now built a fully operational space station, Tiangong, orbiting roughly 400 kilometers above Earth. For this mission, the Shenzhou 21 crew won't be traveling alone. 4 small but vital companions will accompany them, laboratory mice. These rodents will take part in experiments designed to study how living organisms adapt to microgravity, particularly in long-duration missions. Their presence reflects a key scientific objective, understanding the biological challenges of life beyond Earth. At the press conference, another crew member, Zhang Hongjiang, steps forward. His path to space was unconventional. He began not as a pilot, but as a researcher in applied science. When he speaks, his words echo the unity between research and exploration. In 2018, Zhang Hongjiang recalls, when the nation announced the first selection of payload specialists from among scientific researchers, the call of this career rekindled my dream of spaceflight. He continues, his voice calm but deeply moved. Becoming a payload specialist means not only the perfect fusion of scientific ideals and the dream of spaceflight, but also the close link between personal growth and the mission of our time. His story, one of determination and belief in the power of science, resonates with young researchers across China, many of whom now see spaceflight not as a distant dream, but as a path open to scientists, engineers, and innovators alike. The Shenzhou 21 mission represents not just continuity, but transition. Commander Zhang Lu, an experienced astronaut who once piloted high-altitude fighter jets, stands as the bridge between generations. Wu Fei, born in the early 1990s, represents the dawn of China's post-Tiangong generation. young professionals raised entirely within a nation that already builds and operates its own space laboratories. Their journey to the Tiangong Space Station will carry vital equipment, scientific payloads, and materials for the next phase of the program, including biology experiments involving rodents, plant growth systems, and even prototype technologies for long-term human habitation. But for the Chinese public, it's the human story that truly captures attention. Wu Fei's simple statement, "I feel incredibly lucky," has become a headline across national media. It reflects the excitement of a generation that sees space not as a distant frontier, but as part of China's everyday reality. Back at Jiuquan, the launch preparations continue with precision. Technicians in white suits inspect fuel lines, check the booster seals, and run final telemetry tests. The Long March 2F rocket, a towering white column marked with the red flag and the characters Zhongguo Hangtian, or China Aerospace, stands poised on the launch pad. The crew, dressed in their blue flight suits, undergo their final briefings. In one corner of the control center, mission planners review orbital mechanics, ensuring that the docking trajectory aligns perfectly with Tiangong's current position over the Pacific. Every second counts. As dawn breaks on launch day, the air over Jiuquan carries both chill and silence. In the distant horizon, the desert glows orange. Reporters gather on elevated platforms, their cameras trained on the rocket. Families of the astronauts watching from the viewing gallery hold their breath. At the scheduled moment, the countdown begins. The rhythmic voice of the control officer echoes through loudspeakers. 10, 9, 8. A roar follows, deep, thunderous, shaking the desert floor. Flames burst from beneath the launch vehicle, lighting up the sky. The Shenzhou 21 rises, carrying with it 3 humans, 4 mice, and the ambitions of a nation determined to reach further into the cosmos. From Beijing to Shanghai, millions watch the live broadcast. In classrooms, children cheer. On social media, trending hashtags celebrate the youngest astronaut and China's space dream. In orbit, the crew begins its delicate dance, adjusting trajectory, aligning for docking, and preparing to enter Tiangong's pressurized modules. When contact is finally established, the image of Wu Fei floating inside the station becomes an instant symbol, a moment of pride, youth, and possibility. Inside Tiangong, experiments begin almost immediately. The mice, small ambassadors of biology, are transferred into microhabitats designed to simulate long-term living conditions in space. Cameras and sensors monitor their movements, feeding data back to Earth. The results will help scientists understand how muscles, bones, and immune systems respond to weightlessness, research essential for China's future goal of sending humans to the moon. Commander Zhang Lu supervises the setup, while Zhang Hongjiang oversees scientific calibration. Wu Fei, his youthful energy evident even in zero gravity, records the first video message of the mission. "To everyone watching back home," he says with a smile, "the stars above us are not as far as they once seemed." That clip, replayed across Chinese television, becomes a viral moment, one that embodies a new tone in China's space narrative: confidence balanced by humility, science grounded in human feeling. As the days progress, the astronauts conduct experiments ranging from medical studies to materials science, from botany to space robotics. Data streams back to mission control, where engineers and scientists monitor every heartbeat, every system pulse.
张路，
很多人在默默支持，我都会告诉自己坚持下去。在这里，请允许我向所有的航天科技工作者道一声：你们辛苦了。
下面
与大家见面。小时候，我的理想是像钱学森等老一辈科学家一样。
也获得了一些研究成果和荣誉。那么您现在正处在从事科，
我相信一句话：越努力越幸运。
In recent years, I have visited schools and shared my space experiences with children passionate about aerospace and science, sharing feelings about space exploration with a sea of stars in their eyes and loyalty in their hearts. Their eyes shine with curiosity and a desire for the universe. This has made me feel time and again the importance of passing on the torch of the aerospace industry. As the youngest member of the astronaut team, I feel incredibly fortunate to be participating in my own space mission. This good fortune stems from living in this remarkable era of breakthroughs in the Chinese space program. Our space station has become the brightest home among the shining stars, thanks to routine space-to-ground transportation that has given younger generations more opportunities and earlier to serve our nation in space. In 2018, when the nation announced the first selection of payload specialists from among scientific researchers, the call of this career rekindled my dream of spaceflight. Becoming a payload specialist means not only the perfect fusion of scientific ideals and the dream of spaceflight, but also the close link between personal growth and the mission of our time. What a rare opportunity. I didn't hesitate for a moment to be the first in my unit to register, and I was fortunate enough to pass all the selection stages to finally arrive here.
第一个报了名，并幸运地通过层层选拔，最终来到这里。